Hello, my quilting family. We're back again to take you on the journey for the next step of the Churn Dash case study. Today's study is dealing with scale. The original block finishes at 12 inches in a quilt, but measures unfinished at 12.5 inches. We're going to show you a larger one. Now, because you're working with scraps, you might not have enough scraps to make something like this, but you can definitely put scraps in these darker areas. I would put it with the same neutral just to tie the block together. This in a quilt all by itself with a bunch of other little turn dashes or smaller scale turn dashes would end up being the focal point of your quilt. We are going to show you this one here. Now these little blocks finish at 6 inches in a quilt. They measure 6.5 inches. So when you sew all four of them together, they will measure 12.5 inches unfinished. So that'll give you an idea of what we're looking at here. And it does break up the quilt when you're putting like a larger scale block with a smaller scale with tinier scale. So let's get sewing the little ones, okay? So we're back at the sewing machine, and I'm just going to show you how to do the 6.5 inch block. I will give you the cutting instructions for both the 6.5 and the 24.5 inch block. But one of the things I did use for this particular block is I used an easy angle ruler. I'm sorry if the reflection, I can't get anything about away from it. So it's got that little tab corner on this side here, right? And you can cut then from 2.5 inch strips. If you don't have this ruler, I have to admit I waited a very long time before I could buy the ruler because I thought, well, I can only do one thing with it. But once I had it, because it was on sale and I had a little bit of extra money, I thought, I'm going to buy one, see what everybody's raving about, and I love it. So this is kind of, they're not paying me for this, nothing. So, but I did cut them. The cutting instructions will give you smaller units so you can make little hourglass units if you want. I didn't have an hourglass project coming up, so I cut these this way with this tool. So let's get going. Again, we're going to do the webbing trick, and let's see, and just get this sewn up real quickly, because they do sew quickly. And there. And now we are going to put up a webbing tutorial here. It should be up in the next couple of days. And just get my little leader ender in so I can get my block off. Okay. There. So now I'm going to show you what I got. So I'm going to press all of these except for the middle row. The top and bottom rows goes to the outside, the middle row goes to the inside. And you'll see why when we get into the pressing here. So next up is and we'll get the last one done. An alarm went off. Oh dear. Oh well, it's nothing. Sorry about that. My phone just decided to tell me what time it was. So here we go. We're almost there. Now, I'm going to cut open those threads so I get a good nest on my seams. I've just finger pressed, well, I've pressed the bigger pieces with an iron, but I'm just pressing right now with finger pressing because it works a little quicker. Okay, here we go. Get this like so. Another little leader ender. These are very quick blocks, and I do have a lot of them to do. I decided I would get through all the little pieces of my scraps, so there we are. And again, yeah, I have a few of them here to do. I'll show you the stack here in a minute. They're pretty easy to cut up, and I thought, well, if I have the blocks, the quilts will be made, right? So it's kind of a good way to get rid of a bunch of scraps when you work on smaller blocks. And last one up. Okay. Alrighty. So now, this is what this block is going to look like. Now I've made 3 other ones, so I'm just going to go straight into the piecing here. But what I do from the back is I press, these ones go in. So you have an out and an in, right? Now you'll see in a second why that's important, because this is how I've pressed these blocks, and this one's pretty good from the back. You can see I've pressed all of it in, so that means there's an in and an out, right? So this is going out, so these side seams are going to nest together, and it's going to make those points just perfect. So let's sew that through. Well, I hope you're having a good day. It's been, the weather here in Canada has been a little, it's cold, it's nice, it's cold, it's nice. We had fool's spring, I guess, here. So now, on this block, I want it this way and this way. Okay. So all the seams will nest, even when I'm going this way. If you see here, right here, these are going out, this is going in. So that means when I sew the big seam right across the middle, all of the blocks are going to nest together in the right direction. So, okay. Alrighty, another little leader ender. These are fun, these baby 4 patches are just so cute. I've got a lot of them already now from doing this. So I don't even have to pull that string apart, because that's like a webbing for a 4 patch. So I just fold it like that, right? Just like this. I've got a little string there to hold it together, and then I fold it over, and then I just sew along, and I've got little places to nest as I go. I'm going to be a little bit cautious as I sew along, make sure those seams all nest up, because that's where my points are. And this one is coming up to just finger press this down and finger press this up. There we go. That'll nest nicely too, the center one. Now this. And let your feed dogs do the work. If you find one is a little bit bigger than the other, you can put that on the bottom, and the feed dogs will feed it up correctly, so it might have a little more fullness to it, but at least it won't, hopefully it won't be puckered. Okay, and another little leader ender. It's always handy having a little box of leader enders beside you. Okay, now what does this look like? It looks like this. And all those points, all those cute little points, they match up because we've taken our time to nest our seams. So that's the conclusion of our case study on scale. This is the cute little ones, and I'll give you cutting instructions for the little ones and the very dramatic large scale ones. Okay, one of the things though too, out of the large scale ones, I changed the cutting instructions for the bars, but I didn't change the cutting instructions for the triangles. This is the triangle, the pinwheels you get out of this. These are beautiful, big scale block that you can use. Okay, and this is what I've got to do this afternoon. Plus make a bunch of other leader and ender 4 patches. So I've got lots to do. I would love to see you again. Come on back when you have a chance. Bye! If you have questions about what you saw in this video, or you have ideas for content or something you want to see us do, please put those comments in the description below. But also, while you're there, like, share, and subscribe with your friends. That would really help us out. Okay, I want to thank you and have a great day.